Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Marie Luce, as you may know me from the film I was in a few years ago called Wrong Way to Hope. It was a cancer survivorship film, as well as my blog, Turn Your Life Around. And I'm beginning this year with some video blogs or vlogs and some information sessions for you, as I know that I'd love to share what I've learned and what's helped me, and starting something different to share more with you. So something that's come up for me today is around breath work, and it's around really connecting with who we are as these divine people and as a divine person. And as I've recently learned over the last year of being burnt out, I've needed to change my thought process, also on how I breathe. So paying attention to the thoughts I have, the words I speak, and how I breathe. When we're stressed, we more often than not breathe from our chests. And if you notice that you're doing that right now, I suggest you pay attention to that and connect with your diaphragm and breathe into that like babies do. And breathe into that and really feel that space as being, that's your connection now. That's where you want to change your conscious behavior, and away from breathing from this chest, which tends to constrict and restrict our lives, versus breathing from this beautiful place in our diaphragms, in our solar plexus. So today I'm going to speak to you about OM, and the universal, or the first sound that has been spoken about, the first sound that has connected this universe. I've learned through Pranayama yoga, through Dr. Jazz Gopal in Richmond, that breathing through the nose is what activates the autonomic nervous system, and helps us relax. It helps us to, there's the hairs in the nose that are activated, that filters through the air, and it also allows us to bring in a fuller breath and activate that relaxation response. So I'm going to take you through an exercise to get you familiar with the sound of OM. It is traditionally spelled as an AUM, and when you're really focusing on those three letters and the sounds that come from those three letters, that's what incorporates and makes up the sound that I'm about to make. So it starts, it's three steps. It's the O, which is the A. It's a little bit different. And the which is more of the throaty sound of the U, and then the of course, which is the M, and the vibration of the lips. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and close my eyes. Exhale with the O. What I've done there is exhale to the fullest extent of that exhale. That's really important, to let go and detoxify the body of anything that you're holding on to that no longer supports you to your highest vibration. That exhale, that full exhale, pushes things out. It pushes it out. And you'll notice that you may be using the bathroom a little bit more, and make sure you get a lot of water when you're working with the OM, to cleanse out the system. And cleanse, when you're making these sounds, you'll cleanse your lungs, you'll cleanse your throat, you'll cleanse your sinuses. There's another exercise I'll do at another time, equal in-out breathing, as well as another that Dr. Gopal has taught me, that will help you really recharge your brain. But for now, we'll continue with the OM. Now, if you heard the second part, it kind of went into this like nasally, throaty sound. And that's an important part as well, to really clear the throat. So the oh that you hear is more in the chest area. The is the throat, and then the is the mouth. And that also reverberates, I find, through the sinuses and clears up a lot of spaces around there. I find I breathe better afterwards. I get a much deeper sleep. You're practicing this before bed. It's absolutely fantastic. Another thing I'd like to mention is the placement of the hands when you're doing this practice. The left hand, which is the connection to the universe, and your right hand, which is the connection to your physical self, are connecting with each other. So the left hand is on the bottom, the right hand is on top, and you're actually going to connect those two thumbs to connect those two energies together, and also bring in the universal light and love that generates and creates this vibrational circle through your whole system and through each of your chakras. So I'm going to go through 3 breaths with the Om, and deep breath in. That last bit is really squeezing out whatever extra air is in there, whatever toxins need to come out. I do invite you to come along with me, to Om along with me, noting that your breaths may not be the same length as mine, and that's completely fine. When I've done practices with Dr. Gopal in Richmond, when we have a group of us together, we often go at our own pace. So around the room, you'll hear all these different sounds. You'll hear people at different beginnings and ends. And he does a satsang every month as well in Richmond, where that's open to the public. The program that I went through was through Richmond General Hospital. It is available to patients and Richmond residents through, I believe, a doctor's reference. I found it so helpful to reduce the anxiety and the stress in my life, as I did recently go through burnout from a job. So I'll take us again through the second breath of the Om. If you need help with that second syllable, I do find that it's almost like you're swallowing when you're going to that space. You're kind of constricting your throat ever so slightly to get that nasally sound to the U portion of the Om. And it does take practice. So thank you for joining me today for this short 10-minute clip on practicing your Om and really connecting yourself to that universal energy and to yourself. The most important thing is you. The most important connection you can have is with who you are. And I invite you, welcome you to begin that exploration within yourself to connect to who you truly are as your divine soul with your divine purpose. Thanks again. again, I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll have another video for you soon.